Great. And time starts now.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. I'm here representing Group 6. My name is Sali Yuba. And in the beginning of the pitch, I would like you to do a little bit of an experiment with me, which is time travel. I know most of you are lawyers, and I want you to imagine a time where you were not proficient in your profession yet. And then I want you to imagine in that time, to actually understand a policy. It's quite hard, eh? Quite hard, yeah. So, most of you'll be educated in English, if I'm correct. And now imagine, you're not a lawyer yet, you're supposed to understand policy, but you're also not an English first languager, okay? It will become even harder, right? Most of us, we won't even understand, okay, what is our phone, what kind of data is our phone collecting about us, we don't know that. So, that basically brings us to the problem statement our group worked on, which is understanding policy and also language barriers in general. Please, yes? Because in order to implement cross-border trade, we also need to understand policy, right? So, next slide. We need to understand cross-border policy, and cross-border policy has different kind of languages. So, what is an ideal solution to understand policy? It's to ask questions about that policy to like a professional, right? Next slide. And we don't only want to ask questions about policy, we also want to ask questions in our own language, so we're actually able to understand. Yes, and that's a technical solution we brought with us today. Solving the problem, and our proposed solution is an assistant you can actually ask questions about policy in your own language. The goals you're supposed to solve with this is inclusivity first, because most of people who don't have English as a first language, they're kind of secluded from the global trade, right? And also, most of these people who are economically disadvantaged, they can't afford a lawyer in English, you know? We wanted to establish a market where people who are economically disadvantaged also have the opportunity to participate in global trade. So we also hope to foster intercultural dialogue through our solution, because now if you are able to understand policy in your own language, that's kind of a big win for you, right? And we want to reduce market barriers, because I'm sure most of us here, we could be young entrepreneurs, but then some of us, we just don't understand the policies we have to work with. So the first part of our solution is the observatory. It was given to us by the kind members of the Hackathon. There you can upload resources. That's kind of our plan. Like individual organizations and NGOs can upload resources. Then they can go to the AI tab. And that's where kind of our next solution plugs in. It's not integrated yet because the app was given to us in Vanilla.js. I don't know, some of you are developers, but to implement a full-stack solution in Vanilla.js, that's kind of fun. So this is SemaNaPDF, and we actually got it to fully work. I'm really happy to be able to present it to you. It's kind of a world premiere, because SemaNaPDF is actually an AI language model which understands policies. We have the Kenyan trade policy, and you're able to ask it questions about that policy in your native language. Isn't that amazing? So the language we chose to display SemaNaPDF for you is obviously the language of business. I think if you hear that language in Kenya, some of us think, oh, our money is going to be going. It's Kikuyu, of course, eh? So
1 minute to go.
Here, yes, we're asking it first, what are the authors of the document in Kikuyu, and it's giving us the authors back. And next, we ask it about a summary in Kikuyu. And it takes a while to generate the answer, but after some time, we will see that actually the summary in Kikuyu of the document is actually coming to the screen. And then another one is we have the key objective of this document, also asked in Kikuyu. And it's gonna, I know some of you don't speak Kikuyu, but the ones who do, please just commit to a name, but it's actually Kikuyu. And the last one is, there's micro enterprises mentioned in the document, and you're also able to ask it in Kikuyu about micro enterprises mentioned in that document, which is absolutely amazing.
5, 4, 3. Pitch number 2 from group number 6.
Hello, just one question. What happens in case of a language error? So if I can't, considering the rate of illiteracy in Africa, how does that affect the answer given?
With the data that we collect from the projects right now, we'll be able to make the model better, and we might even create a model that is able to translate from voice to text in native languages.
Yes, because we also saw that problem of literacy, and voice to text is definitely something which could be based on that SEMA model, as well as many other applications.
Well, I think it's amazing work. I'm curious about the corpus you are using.
So what is amazing? Okay, there's ChatGPT right now. And you can, for example, speak to the closer, but the problem is that it's primarily also looking at the closer resources. And what we are doing is we're translating with an AI the Kikuyu to English, and then ask another model in English questions about the PDF document, because the PDF document is in English, and then we translate the answer back. So this gives us the best quality of answers and solutions. But also we keep the cross-language thing going in the AI model.
Yeah, I think you've really identified a real problem, especially at the borders, and you mentioned that at the cross-border level. Connectivity is also a problem at the border, so do you have a way to address that, internet connectivity?
10 seconds.
Actually, the model can run on a local server. Yeah, it's in Python. It can run on a local server. It runs locally on a server right now, Google Color. Yeah.
Fantastic. Give them a round of applause.